Hey everybody! Today we're going to talk about the best kind of diet for you to eat. Now there are so many different diets on the market that it seems everywhere you turn a new diet is popping up. It can be frustrating and overwhelming to figure out, how do I eat? What is the best kind of diet for me? Well, I'm going to tell you what that best diet is because I do believe in one way of eating. That diet that's going to be the best for anyone in the entire world is called an intuitive diet. That's right, it's not about necessarily eating certain foods and not eating certain foods. It's about following your intuition when you're eating. We have adopted a culture where we want to be told what to do, but because of that, we're actually not happy. We're not feeding ourselves the food that's best for us because we're listening to everyone else's opinions on what we should and shouldn't eat, and it's not serving us well. Like you, I have been so frustrated at times trying to figure out what's the best way for me to eat, especially if I have specific goals, whether that has been wanting to lose weight or wanting to get rid of bloating or wanting to be kinder to the environment, not really knowing where to turn, wanting to eat organic and not knowing what the best foods are to eat organic. There have been so many things that I have discovered and so many different areas that have been overwhelming to try and figure out on my own. So that's why I created this video specifically for everyone who's struggling to know what to eat when they're coming face to face with all of these different methods of eating, which serve as tools in our toolbox, but aren't necessarily the be-all and end-all for any particular person. Our diet is always changing and evolving. It changes with the seasons, it changes with age, it changes with lifestyle changes. Maybe you're more active one year and maybe you're less active the next year. Our diet is always changing and we are always evolving. So when we stay stuck in one way of eating and claim that it's the holy grail and believe that we need to follow it for the rest of our lives, we are setting ourselves up for failure. Take, for instance, the winter and the summer when we have season changes. Your diet is naturally going to change. You're going to eat more starchy carbs in the winter, maybe more soups and stews and warming foods, foods that are in season like root vegetables and squash. And in the summer, when everything is fresh and green and warm, you're going to eat differently. You're going to eat more salads and you're going to eat lighter and foods that are in season specifically to summer. If you stay eating salads throughout the entire winter and don't allow yourself to switch into that season, of course there's going to be some pushback, not just from your body, but from your psyche as well, because we are people that need variety in our diet. If we're not giving ourselves variety, we are going to fail in healthy eating. Intuition is one of the most important ingredients in your diet. When you eat something, intuitively knowing if it was right for you or not is going to be your best weapon of defense. Trusting your body to tell you what it wants to eat and how much of what it needs is also going to be one of your greatest weapons of defense. We don't trust our body anymore. We are in a constant battle between body and mind and what we really need to nourish ourselves. We demand that we know better, that our body doesn't know what it's talking about, and so we follow different diets in order to satiate that control that we feel that we need over our body. But our bodies do know what they need, and they are relaying information to us all the time. And this is the power of an intuitive diet, is the fact that your body will tell you what it needs and how much of what it needs and when to stop and when to change it, We just have to be willing to be in tune with what our body is telling us. Now, if you eat a diet that's full of refined sugar and refined grains, caffeine, alcohol, all of these things are going to inhibit our ability to tune into our body wisdom and our intuition. If you eat high amounts of sugar, you're going to cause a hormone response that makes it impossible for you to stop eating. So trying to listen to how much of what your body needs or when to stop when you've just consumed a bunch of sugar is going to be virtually impossible. So there are some things that we need to do to make intuitive eating work for us. One of those things is to cut out sugar. Now, like I just said, sugar has a response inside of the body that causes us to keep reaching for more. It is not the body's fault that it wants more and more and more food when we feed it sugar. So we really do have to limit our sugar, refined carb intake, anything that spikes our insulin so much that we want to keep reaching for more. The second thing that we need to do is we need to start to eat slower. If you eat really fast, your brain and your belly are not going to have time to sync up. They need at least 20 minutes to relay information from one to the other to say, hey, I'm full, I've had enough. If you're racing through your meal or you're a fast eater, this is one of the biggest things that can make a huge impact, because 9 times out of 10, when you eat slower, you will not consume as much as you would have had you eaten fast. Which brings me to my next point, is removing distractions. To get in tune with your body wisdom and your intuition when it comes to feeding yourself, you have to be present for your meal. If you are constantly distracted, then your mind is not being satiated with your meal. So our brains need to feel satiated, not just our bodies. And if we're watching TV, we're on our phones, we're on the computer, all we're trying to eat, we do not satiate our mind and the need that our brain has to be present with our meals. That is such a huge component of intuitive eating, is being present, removing distractions, and eating slowly. Then it's all about listening to your body after you've eaten a meal. How do you feel? Do you feel bloated? Do you feel lethargic? Is your throat congested? Is your nose running? Are you feeling just generally unwell? All of these are signs that you ate something your body didn't like. It could be healthy food, but for whatever reason, it doesn't digest well in your body. Your body doesn't like it. In that case, following a diet is not going to help you because your body knows better. There are certain foods that are so healthy and that I get my clients to eat and that I promote that I can't eat. Every time I eat them, I just feel sick. And so I have to listen to my body over what everyone else is saying. And if I don't, I'm just going to end up feeling sick all the time and get jaded with the way that I eat. Your body knows when it feels good. After you eat a meal, you should not feel tired. You should have more energy. If you feel tired, you've either eaten the wrong things or you've eaten too much. Those are two things to watch out for. You should feel light. You shouldn't eat until you're completely stuffed, but just until you're satiated. You should never feel nauseous, bloated, gassy, lethargic. These are all signs that you're eating foods that aren't good for your body. So then the next thing that you need to do is make an inventory of each meal and how you feel. It doesn't have to be a physical journal writing that what you just ate, but do a check-in. How do I feel right now? Am I feeling energized? Does this food sit well with me? How's my digestion the next day? Am I sleeping properly? Do I have stomach pain after I'm done eating? This is the best kind of diet that you can follow because you're listening to what your body needs at any given day. And don't be afraid to give your body what it's asking for, especially when all of it is whole foods. Whether it's paleo, keto, vegan, Atkins, it doesn't matter. If you feel good and you feel satiated and you don't feel restricted in what you're eating because you're listening to your body and its cues, then you're going to be successful in healthy eating. I'd love to know what your thoughts are about intuitive eating, and if you are an intuitive eater or if you follow diet plans that just aren't serving you well. Do you track your calories, your macronutrients? Do you feel stuck in that way of eating like there's no freedom? Well, now is the time to break free from that kind of thinking and follow your intuition. Trust your body because your body is working for you, not against you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.